This is Rafik Luzon, and you are tuned in to Nothing But That Sports Talk. Welcome to another episode of Nothing But That Sports Talk with Rafik Luzon alongside Ryan Wavy Walker. Yeah, I see that it's time we are rolling. Welcome back to the show again.
Right, back in it, back at it. You know it already.
Yeah, a lot happened in the basketball world the past week, and obviously you had your stuff with the Show League, and I had Victory Park. I managed to win it, even though Sean Bell did lose game 2 and eventually get swept at Balling Up in Harlem. At the very least, they managed to win the Proceed Talent game at Victory Park, while for the New York versus York high school tournament, with UC Dyckman girls was back on top as champions, redeeming themselves for loss against West Fourth, and then for the boys, it's back-to-back for Tri-State. Only this time they defeated undefeated Zone 6. And although Zone 6 came to play, this dude Troy really carried Tri-State in this victory. And I got to see something from a certain daughter of a former NFL player in Plaxico Burris. His daughter was taking control of that whole game. So, for the girls' side, of course. So, yeah, what an incredible ride at Victory Park. Although the landmark, you know how I feel about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, yeah. What was your question per se? I mean, like you said, it's been very busy, and New York versus New York Classic, big time success. I was staying busy myself this summer, so I was watching at a distance. So it was definitely good. I tuned in when I could have. There's a few times I could have popped down there, but I was just doing so much on my end too to try to put myself in different positions eventually, I guess, as well too. So but it was great. I did my Wavy World podcast and got to speak with Sinai Yates, who is so crazy now. Thomas, who's the spearheader for the NYC Elite 32 with H2O, with Ballin' for Peace, how we all come together. Young Sinai is married to somebody in Thomas's family. So like now they're through marriage. So they're all family. So it was just very interesting to be able to get Sinai in a couple of days when we all figured it out to be on the show. And she had her soundbite where she was talking to Shake Hoops. And nothing bad, just the basketball, Iniatos, just having conversations for each other. So with Shake Hoops' rankings, they had Dyckman at number 3 at that moment for the girls. Watson was number 1. I think they had number 2, and I think forgot who he had it. Maybe Watson 1 and somebody else was 2. I forgot who it was. I think it was Tri-State, whatever the case may be. But they were 3rd with a 2-0 record before they lost their last regular season game. And then I think you said that was against West Fourth, and then of course they went to win in the playoffs and advance and get past with their 2 wins. I think they beat Gersh. I don't know, and forgot who was in the championship. But she held her claim in the proclamation. She helped Team Dyckman and the ladies on top of like you said, it was Miss Burris playing on Team Dyckman.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was everything you just said was correct. And also this lady named. And also, I mean, even though Dyckman girls came out on top, it is a championship once again. We can't ignore the roles of Anita Joe Samuel, who had the game time shot that forced overtime for Gersh. And of course, they eventually lost the game, but earlier in the tournament. But we can't ignore that moment. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was a big time shot. The Team Dyckman. Let go. That's what's the great thing about watching sometimes the New York versus New York is that we got to understand that a lot of these core players, they know each other. Some of them might play with certain AAU circuits together, and some of them might be on the same respective teams to have like a chemistry. Like an example, like a Jennifer and a Josephine Pinnock, sisters who have but for the most part, even with boys and girls, all of these grouper kids are now being put together to play together then. It's not like when they're coming in, they have 500 practice sessions together. So a lot of the kinks and a lot of the stuff are being worked out on the run. Thank God, to the coaching staff. Listen, I had my man, Dion Merritt, who's the head coach at Lincoln Park, and he loved it, but he was like, man, this thing is like a job, too, per se, with the coaching and the different, events you have to be a part of, and so on and so forth. And motivating the kids and getting them, because there's only so you're coaching them, but there's only so much coaching you can really do. Not coaching, teaching of certain things of how you want it, because it's a quick 4 or 5 week tournament if you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a 4 or 5 weeks of Tuesday, Wednesday, how are they doing it now, especially with to get all the AAU kids and everybody in the right time, where you can only have so much time to practice. You don't have practice with this. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a bunch of things that you could administer and learn. So everybody's used to playing a certain way, and then you put a couple lead guards on there that are used to always having the ball in their hand. So sometimes you see a lot of turnovers. You might see mistakes. You might see not high scoring games for high school magnitude. Some of the games are ending like 43, 48, 51, 55, 39, because a lot of the players are getting acclimated with each other during this run, so that Gersh game and Dyckman, I mean, both teams for that regular season was like trying to find different ways to lose the games. And we see that through all that stuff, because they're so competitive and they're good players. And but back to the main point is that the Dyckman girls found a way to win. I believe that's back-to-back years. That's good. I wish I could find a way to bring that same magic to my own.
Actually for the girls was 4-1 last year.
I'm sorry, yes.
That's 2 championships the last 3, but this year it was led by this young lady named Giovanna Burris, the daughter of Plaxico Burris. Who knew? Yeah.
Oh man, amazing! And so
and don't worry about not getting to interact. There's always another year to get her. She's a class of 2028, so she'll be back.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with those things. I got a lot of things brewing. That's gonna happen. Everything comes full circle for me as long as God gives us a life. So oh God, what was I just gonna say? I wish I could bring the same magic to my old neighborhood for the Dyckman boys. Besides winning one like 700 years ago, they haven't had the best runs in there. But like I said, I love all the programs per se, because you got kids that play everywhere. Lincoln Park is close to me too, especially with dealing with the guys out here in Queens and so on and so forth. But it was amazing, and it's good. Shout out to Mousy and them at Tri-State. Mousy is such a basketball savant in this world. If everybody doesn't know about Mousy already through basketball, then they missed a lot, with Tri-State and Rucker and, the Pro-Am teams he had back in the days, and, what he does with his tournaments and stuff. And I know it's huge for him to win back-to-back championships, because Tri-State, the first couple of years, man, would always have, a lot of talented players and couldn't find a way to win it out, and would have some unexpected bad turns. Sometimes some years they were going like 1-3 or 0-3 or 1-4 in the tournament, and he's put a good core together. And Troy Faison Jr., just like you spoke about, is he's an incredible kid and talent. I was very fortunate to see him play early. This league that I'm supposed to do the championship game at, or I might be doing a playoff game per se, but the More Than the Game Basketball League, MTG, that's in Queens, that's the first time I seen him in my eyes, and this was like 3 or 4 years ago. I seen him play at the MTG League, and he had a high motor. He was amazing getting to the basket. He always could get to the basket and get any shot or layup he wanted. And, he would make mid-range shot. And this is like 3-4 years ago, like 3 years ago. And at that time, I never forget Josh Powell was at Malloy. And where I forgot, I don't want to say he was at Malloy too, but wherever he was at respectively, Troy was doing so well for himself, scoring a lot of points and, filling up the stat sheet all around. So I seen this. And then when he got to Lawrence Woodmere, I also seen him play. I think he was at the 20 Hoops event, but as well too. But I also got to see him play. Was at Lawrence Woodmere when they had such a great thing going down there at one point with Hank and him and Anderson Diaz. They had the national and the regional teams. Lawrence Woodmere was really putting themselves in position to be a force to be reckoned with. If they could have kept that together, with everything that was going on national and regional, they were playing against Lehigh. They were competing against Lehigh, and that's hard to say in Long Island because Lehigh is not necessarily, it's not, well, it's a form of a prep program, but not prep program. Of course, it's a high school per se, but most of the athletes are under recruitment or something big to go to the school. So it's hard to there's no public school or Catholic school. There are a few that will compete, but there's no public school in Long Island that can compete with Lehigh, and there's only a few Catholic schools that'll give them, some run for their money. Maybe like the Chaminades, a couple others when they're fully loaded. So Lawrence Woodmere was getting to that with Faison and those guys, and then unfortunately Lawrence Woodmere is no longer a school for the kids to attend and play basketball. So they all had to go to different places. Hence why Diaz ended up here, and Troy ended up, I believe, at IME or DME, I believe, where the school he was at in the out of state. So but he's an incredible talent. What you guys seen and what we've seen in New York versus New York is stuff that he does all the time. He had 43 something points at an AAU session 2-3 weeks before, I believe it was Peach Jam EYBL against top players. So he's a big time player. MVP well deserved, and led Tri State there, and that's just the NY Classic. Dyckman girls, Tri State, and like you said, so many other things happened. The balling up in Harlem, Sean Bell, 0-2. Then they left out to go to the tournament in Penn in Philadelphia for $1 million. I believe they lost in the championship game there as well, so that didn't work out for them. And then they had to take a forfeit in balling up in Harlem. So the team World Class from DC is victorious compared to ADC, a different cloth who won it last year. Sean Bell did win the Pro City Championship. And I don't know who won the Rose Pro Classic champ. Actually, I did see the ladies who won, and that was good as well too. So Victory Week was great, for them. And I thought actually, people we all were kind of curious about the site location, but honestly, it worked out. It worked out. Everybody
Yeah, it
filled
worked
in.
out.
Got to watch from the upper area until they started policing that a little bit more the later days on, and I mean, from the Metro North area, and it worked out. Everything was fine. Like I said, if it was my timing and certain things, because I could have easily made it there a bunch of times. Like I said, Haran Reft, I could have been there easily. St. Ray's, Dion is the Lincoln Park head coach. It was just timing. So when I had my things, it wasn't from that. So, but it was a great setup, and it worked out for everybody. And like I said, we're in good talks, H2O and Thomas, with I don't want to jinx anything, but with some people back in the Nike area who we got reacclimated again, and you never know, in a year you might see us there doing other realms, interviews, and so on and so forth. But we don't want to talk it up too much. We'll see what happens in a year time.
Yeah, just like how you see me get the interviews with guys like this. Because matter of fact, I mean, and in case you missed my interview with
I didn't, but put it up.
would you think? All right, since you already see
Put
it,
it up. No, put it up. Put it up. We got. I want to see it. Everybody's got to see. I mean, everybody did see it already, but more should see it. Put it up. Put it up.
all right, you want to see it? Fine. I mean,
Tri-State comes out top, and yeah, it's back to the championship game. Looking to win back-to-back overseas championships. What's the mindset going into tomorrow's game?
Just play hard, play with confidence. We pulled this one out, and tomorrow going to be even tougher.
Yeah, the three-point shooting really helped you guys out in this victory. What are your thoughts?
I feel like we played together, played as a team, and we pulled it out.
All right, thank you for your time. Yeah, what do you think about his take? When judge what you see on the Instagram and actually seeing it the way it is. What do you think about his take as far as his mentality to carry his teams to victories?
The kid is an absolute bull, and you've seen it in person. He's an absolute bull. He has an uncontrollable will. His will to win. And if you watch him play, like I said, I seen him at MTG more than a game league. 3-4 years ago, and more than a game league is. And there's no disrespect to more than a game league because the guys know the owner. I know that all of them. These guys are there. It's mid level, I guess, in regards to high school, and where everybody rates tournaments like, oh, this. But I'm talking about good Queens talent and good Queens teams go there. NYC Finest, who has a lot of guys from John Bound. Elmont is always there. Team Underrated will put a team in there. There's always a good Almighty Fours. BQ Warriors. There's a good core of high school teams and AAU programs that play here, and he might have been playing with NYC Finest at the time, if I'm not mistaken. He might have. And when I tell you he carried this team, like I seen in the regular season, he'll get a team to win and will them to like 20 something points. And then I seen him do it again at another point. And his just will and his determination is absolutely unparalleled. And so he had that been in him from New York. And then, like I said, going to school where he went at Lawrence Woodmere, you're playing around with guys like Anderson Diaz being coached by Kenny Satterfield, Tiny Morton. These guys, when they were there, these type of different, guys that are going to make you into a beast, and where he went out of state. So I thought it was astute. And even though he's not playing here in New York, that's why I always say that they can never say New York is down with anything. We have a lot of kids that are here, still respected, doing good, or they're great and doing things in other schools and programs. Dewani Joyner from Edison just got into St. Newman's Catholic High School in Florida, and he was a standout player at Edison. He just decided this yesterday, but he's got opportunities for him. And if he can take an opportunity like that, so we have a lot of New York kids, and there's a lot of other kids. Maury Tony, I seen Noah Patterson. I mean, Jonathan Walker, John. There's a trillion kids, that just really good players, and they get opportunities to do stuff everywhere else. And why not, man? New York is not down, man. We're always up.
Yeah, even in certain championships now won by certain New York pro teams earlier this year, New York is always up. I mean, come on now. And even though and we can't just sleep on the teams that didn't win the championship. I mean, you got Kamari White, who was in-season MVP for the boys.
MVP, yes.
Crystal Thomas, who's MVP for the girls. Even though Watson for the girls could have come out on top, and also Stevie Harley managed to have some shine this tournament. So I've seen a lot when I was there. Oh yeah, and Peyton Kemp from Zone 6. Shout out to Zone 6 though. They really did for a first year team. They really showed out up until, of course, the very end. But the future of University of York is very bright.
Yes.
But they have a long way to go to catch up with the amount of championships that Gersh won. That's all I can say.
Peyton Camp, that kid is from Paul IV, right? The school in the out-of-state area. He has a twist in his hair, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good player. Yeah. And I seen you throwing that shot about Gersh. Gersh, y'all won all those championships when there was like 4 or 5 teams in there, and y'all dominated because you had all them great Brooklyn teams. It's gonna be a little different now. Now you got 2 Brooklyn teams.
I'm not mad about that. Listen.
It's beautiful for the tournament in general. And Gersh is gonna be back.
No, I like the fact that there's more teams winning. I like the fact that. And I also like the fact that Gersh, at the very least, they know that, yes, that's the past is the past. They got focus on the present. I mean, whatever roster they come up with.
What would be cool, Rafiq? If somehow in the next 4 or 5 years, if it's going to be hard for the second team I name, but if Lincoln Park or West Fourth can win the tournament one time for boys, do you know that means everybody, Gersh has like 6 championships, right? How much does Gersh have? 6?
2, 17, 18, 21, and no, wait.
Like 5. At least 4.
I think it's 22 and 23, that's 4. Dyckman won it 1 year. Watson won one, and Tri-State won twice. So yeah, so Tri-State only has to win 2 more, and they'll tie with Gersh.
Oh, all right. So let's go. All right. So first year Gersh, second year Gersh, right? Yeah. And then Gersh won 3. Gersh won 3 in a row, right?
No.
So Gersh, Dyckman.
You had 2 years off. They took 2-year hiatus because of the COVID pandemic.
That's right. Okay.
At 22, 23, Gersh won for the boys. And
Gersh.
24 was Watson. 24 was Watson, and then Tri-State won the last 2.
Right. So wow. So that's Gersh, Dyckman, Watson. No. I said that wrong. Gersh. Dyckman, Gersh, Watson,
Gersh,
Tri-State.
No, Gersh won in 23.
Gersh won the first two, right? Gersh,
Two.
Dyckman,
Dyckman won the third year. Then after the 2 year, right?
Gersh, then Gersh won.
Gersh won 22 and 23.
Watson,
Watson won 1 year 24. 25
Tri-State.
and 26 was Tri-State.
Right, so that's the exact order. The first 2 years, Gersh went back to back. Dyckman snuck in the third year. There was a hiatus via COVID. When they came back, Gersh won after COVID. After Gersh won, Watson won. That's when they won in Brooklyn Bridge Park, correct? Watson won that championship where you won the Brooklyn Bridge Park. And now Tri-State has won twice in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So if it'd be nice if Lincoln Park or West Fourth can get one, because then that would mean all parks would have won. And no, but then Zone 6 and balling up in Harlem. You know what? It's good. And don't think that balling up in Harlem is going to get better. This is the first year in.
Right, and I like what I'm seeing for the pro basketball league. They got there's some entertaining games there too.
Oh yeah, it's a great league. It's great.
By accident, being as part of Victory Park, all it took was a caveat for Pro State to get that pass. That you see me wear.
But they're going to be they're in New York versus New York, the only way your park can be invited is it has to be funded or supported by either Nike or Jordan per se. So balling up in Harlem is in the process. They're going to be Nike funded, and that's why they were acclimated into the balling up in Harlem tournament is going to be eventually Nike who's going to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's the logistics in the process. That's why they were the one of the invites for this year. And it's going to be special for them. So they'll get to it. And it's a great tournament. Great vibes. Hopefully the thing that we're building on for next year, when you do see me come to it more, I'll be in the more of the interview realms, kind of like, Nikki Avery, great job with Nikki. But she announced as well the ladies' games and help out with the guys and so on and so forth. But my realms, if everything works out and gets there, will be more of these sitting down interview realms with the players there to get that perspective once everything works out, God willing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be taking care of that.
Yeah, and hopefully I get the same way for the Slam Silver Classic. But yeah, Slam Silver Classic, that was a pretty good game too. I mean,
were you there? Did you go?
Nah, I didn't. But just seeing from satellite. But I did manage to watch. I mean, both the girls and boys game were pretty competitive. I mean, you had an alley loop layup, which you thought was a good with it with like 6 seconds left, and also that don't foul that led to 2 free throws. It's just sensible classic. Man, high school always has some craziness.
Yes, it does.
These high school games always know how to attract fans.
Yes,
it really does. I mean, my experience though, it went into capacity like literally like almost halfway, like after the girls' game or towards the end of the girls' game, it reached capacity very fast. Well, you got to get there early.
Yeah, you have. We know that. We know that, and we don't want to. We're not going to go into no specifics because here goes the thing. Like I can go to Pro City anytime. There's no issues. I can go to Dyckman. Dyckman's my neighborhood. I can go to this NY Classic all I want in New York versus New York. I chose not to because like I was doing so many things, and it was just the timing, and there were opportunities and times that I could have went, but when I have other things that are easier situations that still revolve around basketball and I know I could watch from a distance, I just chose the other route. But it's a lot to deal with, it is. It's a lot to deal with everything in it. And I'll just say one thing right now. Like H2O was supposed to ref yesterday at the Slam Classic. And he was assigned to do that. And then he got there, and I don't go into no specifics, and they assigned different refs. So he couldn't get to do the game. There was a mix-up with information. And this is H2O. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that went Division I, Sacramento State, played in Queens, played in tournaments, well-known, has his own organization. We're all together with them doing our stuff. And he didn't get a chance to ref. I know some coaches, I know some refs, I know some players that they're supposed to be in, and it takes a while for things to go in. It's just the nature of the event. It can be so interesting. I watched an interview with Tiny where I guess he said he wasn't even going to come the last day, because dealing with certain things, and he didn't go into specifics, but sometimes the ordeal, as big as the tournament is and as great as NY versus NY classes is, so it's not a shot against Nike. I know a lot of the big reps, the Santanas, but I know a lot of guys on that team. But sometimes the allure of it and the thing can shy people away, because it's something you really have to prepare for. Like preparing for the NY Classic and get going that day is like preparing to go to a rock concert or work. Like, you have to make sure you have time from before everything. If you're not on a media list or something to get it 1, 2, 3, it can be very interesting, and it can be it's even interesting for media. So sometimes, people just shy away for that, and that's why I said I'm working hard to do what we're doing. As you can see, what I do with the interviews and what to do with the kids and with the podcast, so that hopefully when the next time I want to be able to be a part of it, and it's not like a resume like pleading to Nike, I want to be a part of it where I'm a part of it. You understand what I'm saying? And I know there's something that I can bring to the table to help to attribute towards it. So I want the next time that I step in the door to do something for it, it's for the realms of working media interview purposing and helping Nike, helping us doing a great justice for each other for media work. So that's why I didn't feel I could have come and watched and just been there, but I didn't feel like I wanted to come and watch and have to be sitting maybe 2 rows behind or 3 rows up. I feel like I do a lot for the culture in the game where I should be somewhere a part of it. And that's why I just want to just continue to keep working hard, so that next year, the idea and what we're trying to present with them, when we're speaking to the right people, to bring that there. Nothing to take, no talk spicy cha-ching guys. Those guys are amazing. Those are my brothers. They got it. But I know what I do with this interview part, writing part, and so on and so forth, that I can help actually bring something great to the table. But it's something that we're working on for the next 365 days.
Yeah, and that's all we could do. I mean, even with my lanes, I mean, I'm so glad I had Pro City on my back. I mean, after everything that happened, and that all the batting I've had, to all the good work I was doing at St. John's radio and TV station, I would do anything to get any form of announcing or interviews or any media lanes whatsoever.
Well, St. John's, yeah. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Every disappointment's for good. I told you too, in the fall, when the takeover comes back, we'll be having a lot of opportunities to work the soundboard, the networking and stuff, camera work. So if your schedule's right, when we have stuff on Saturdays and Sundays, you know, I've been always told you, begging, pleading you. I would love for you to come then, even if it's one time a week. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's 2 times a month, because we have the soundboard and everything, and you can get acclimated with that. And I know that's something that Prime would love for you to teach. I think you would be amazing there. That'd be another part of what you could learn to do.
And
And hmm?
exactly, and not to mention possibly announcing, but warn that off the air.
Yeah, you ain't announcing it. That's my thing.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't get to. No, wait, no. Well, you in the in game announcing. No, you don't get that. But live stream. Yes, I've been begging you forever to come down to do the play by play with me, so we can do play by play and have you being play by play with me at the takeover. Like, that would be amazing for me. I'm waiting, and I would love for you to be there so we can do takeover play by play. We can start something great, and then on top of that, you'll be in school though, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
But I would love for you to be a special guest sometimes when we do the high school live stream games, when you have time.
I told you. I mean, but you know my schedule. We're not going
Correct.
to on the air, but
I can get you sometimes, because sometimes you'll have classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays when there's high school games, and you'll be in St. John's. So maybe after your classes, you might be able to flow down if we have a Queen school. I'm just saying,
I know, but let's just say I'm taking care of myself as well as my.
Oh, no. Well, you first. I would never tell you. Come on now.
Yeah, don't think I'm not thinking about that, especially after everything that happened last year. Don't think I'm not thinking about you one bit.
Oh no, you're my guy. Come on, man. Come on. You know, bro, we're family, man.
I was getting until I wasn't.
You know what's crazy? A lot of our viewers,
situation.
whoever the viewers and a lot of viewers are people that pay attention to Focus, they don't know that we've been doing this for a long time together. You know, we've been um building and putting our intellect together to do this show and do what we do together for a long time. But a little bit before COVID, you know what I'm saying? We went through a lot of maturations. I remember when you presented the whole idea when you was talking about the Zoom thing, when Zoom hit, you know, COVID. It's crazy how the world has changed so much over the last 6 years, 7 years. And COVID changed so much where we had to do Zooms. We got this lovely president here, Trump, now that's making it so great for everybody to make money and get jobs, right? And that's a whole different other conversation for the world why we're, going to different realms and so on and so forth. But we've been together doing this for a while, and we both had a lot of growth. We both have other platforms and plateaus we still can get to, but we've grown. And we've grown doing things together. I appreciate you sending me the stuff for Media Day, for Big East. I got a label that I'm trying to see. I might try to see if to come down there depending on the time. Transitioning, trying to get into a different work room. So depending what I do work wise, who knows what the schedule is, but I'll be doing. But we we've come a long way, and it's good to see the maturation and growth. And I've done a lot of great things too. Today I'm going to be running down to the show Summer League. They have some great games going down there. Shout out to Sheila, the architect, who's down there with Rosedale Elite, Rosedale Tribe. So they've had great games, 16U, 14U, 12U, 10U. It's just been so great to cover all the different programs there. Team Underrated, Whiz Kids, Bello, Team Crate, Team Lightning, Lunar. I think I've mentioned Whiz Kids already. Whiz Kids out of the Bronx. There's just some New York Select, Long Island Panthers, Team Mika, the ladies program, Shooting Stars. It's just been so many cool programs. Martin Van Buren, Van City. A lot of really good programs and stuff to be around. So I've been blessed. And shout out to Sheila, the show Summer Lee. Like I said, she's been doing great things. My man Tim down there, all the kids that was working, all the programs to help me out with the camera. All the kids out. So it was it's great work, good stuff down there. They got playoff games down there. I'm gonna run down there a little later. And MTG's got their championship game going on tomorrow. I'm just gonna try to see if I could do just the semifinal game. I was supposed to do the whole format, but I've got the show Summer League, so I gotta call everybody, talk to everybody, see what's going on with that as well too. But it's just so much going on. I'll be next week as well too, working with my man Coach Jeff, Coach Artie. He has a clinic going on with the kids from Monday through Friday. So I'll be out there. It's going to be in Long Island. I'll let you know more about it too, because I'll actually be guest speaking, mentoring, and helping the kids out with drills as well there for 2 days out the week. And then Sunday he has games, so I'll be announcing games and doing that as well too. And then, I got to send you the link. I need you. You don't got no choice. Look at the calendar, August 29th. What are you doing? That's a Saturday. What are you doing August 29th?
U.S. Open.
Forget it. Fuck. Pardon my French. I forgot that you're at the Open. I'm sorry. So I should be down. I should go down there and try to get to work too. But I forgot. Oh crap! We're gonna be doing Pinky Day. Oh man, I would have loved for you to be there, but you can't be there at the U.S. Open. Where Pinky Day is gonna be in Brooklyn. Pinky Day is a great thing. The young lady who puts it together. It's a ladies tournament that day. And what she does is that there's a lot of collegiate young ladies that are either D1, D2, or D3. They play against each other. HBCU schools too. They play a game against each other. And I think she has a high school game too. There's a book bag giveaway, food, sponsors. It's a great, great event. So I got to send you the flyer for that. But you'll be at the U.S. Open, so you grind hard. And yeah. Yeah, that Pinky Day is coming up. We got the week clinic going up. My man, Coach Jeff, we're gonna do that. Show Summer League coming to an end. We're about to finish up the championship week. MTG. Still got Broadway Park that I'll do on the weekends. I'll catch it when I get the opportunities, and end of summer, once September comes, is back into regular work mode until high school basketball starts up for our live stream. So make sure you guys are locked in with Prime Wave. We're going to be doing a lot of schools. We're going to be doing football this year. We're gonna be locked in with several Queen schools with the live stream. So, man, guys, don't waste no time. Talk to us now. We have the vendor's license. We're DOE certified, so we can do everything through the school, depending on whatever your school's budgets are. We have a set price, but we're negotiable. We can work, guys. So all high schools, if you want great exposure, if you want play-by-play coverage for your school, which I'll do. My guy Prime and Jamal King for the Takeover tournament. Our Prime Wave live stream. We have 4 or 5 different camera angles. We have pregame, postgame interviews, halftime interviews. We speak with the coaches, the players. We do the live stream of the games, giving exposure to players and kids. And give exposure to the kids. That's Sheila sending me a text right now from the show Summer League. So giving exposure for the kids and so on and so forth. So and like I said, this year too, man, if Rafiq, if I gotta pay you, man, or drag you down, at least for me, October 31st, I would love to have you at Basketball City for Halloween for Ballin' for Peace NYC Elite 32. Can you come down, please?
I'll tell you off here.
Okay. No, I get it. Okay. No.
I'll tell you off here.
All right, so if the 31st I can't get you. All right. So I gotta, can I get one live stream? One live stream game, big game. I'm gonna make it a big game. We're gonna find a date that's perfect for right, and it's gonna be me and you. We're gonna promote it great and live stream with Prime Wave.
Went away.
Huh?
Went away. We'll talk about it off the air.
Jesus Christ. All right, we'll talk about it off the air. So listen, we'll go into other things too. It was a great summer, great week. Are we gonna talk any? I don't even want to talk about our baseball teams. I don't want to talk about the pro WNBA teams. Let's keep it high school. What's your next question? Where we're going?
Well, we can just okay. We want to talk about the fact that the Mets are finally starting to win games.
No, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it.
Where was that? Where was that back in April? We had a 12-game losing streak. Now the Mets want to win 10 the last 15, 10 the last 3. Now the Mets want to win. Seriously, we don't need to talk about that. And then the Yankees, at the very least, they're a playoff team. They're a wild card team.
I'm gonna say this really and truly.
But what's the state of the baseball teams? Let's keep it brief, because
let's keep it brief. Yeah, the Mets. Whatever is this so-called issue going on between Lindor? Look at my so-called. If there's a discrepancy between Lindor and Soto, they have to figure it out this offseason. They have to talk and figure it out, whether they're gonna figure it out. Management has to figure it out, or one has to go. And the one making the most money is going to be harder economically to send anywhere. So they just have to figure that out and get better. They're playing better ball now. They are playing better ball. They won 10 out of 15 games. I don't think that mathematically helps them do anything. I think they're mathematically eliminated from doing anything playoff-wise. Am I saying that correctly? I don't know. I don't even know if they mathematically still qualify for a last wild card spot, but whatever it is.
The Mets are 10 games out.
Of the wild card spot or division?
Wild card.
It's August. I mean, 10 games out there's still time, but it has to continue now. They won 10 out of 15. They have to stay that course. Yeah, they have to keep doing that in order to give themselves a chance. If they, out of this 10 for 15, if they have one bad week, if with the 7 games where they go 2 and something, that's going to be the killer. But they have to, if they continue the course, they can at least give themselves a mathematical and thinkable chance of getting that last wild card, which I said they would never get anyway, and I'm still going to stick to my word with that. But
you're still sticking to it either. That's why you don't see me talking about the Mets.
Correct. So now the Yankees
talk about the most talked about news stats, everything from top to the polls. And who's talking about it? About a Mets that has saw games of the 500 that went in 4 in a row and like 8 in the last 9, where they're not really going nowhere. Who wants to talk about that?
None. Nobody.
Mets experts and the media they have to cover the New York Mets because they're local. We have to cover it. But the national media, who's thinking about that? We have to. What we do. What we do need to think about. Well, obviously, we'll get to the Yankees. It's a release for the New York Knicks, and we know we're going to be facing in the first game of the season. But more,
Yeah, I like how you went with that. Yeah, keep that going, sir. Let's yeah, talk about that.
you know what? Yeah, we finally get the home opener that we wish for. The New York Knicks on opening night against the Philadelphia 76ers, led by Jalen Brown and B, VJ Enscombe, Tyrese Maxey, and it's LeBron James. Never thought I'd be saying that again. So, what you think?
Um, what um, what I think with that, and I'm sorry, I'm sending out a thing at the same time. Uh, so yes, I'm so sorry. That was the show Summer League, so we had to make sure we finalize for today because we have some big games today, and we have some big games tomorrow, and we have some big games on Friday. So yes, I mean, I don't know, Rafiq, and while I walk with you two at the same time, I got to do this one here. But I think that first of all, still happy that our New York Knicks have won the NBA Finals, and we're still basking in that. And it's over. We're still the defending champions, and we're happy to move on to the next season. I'm a LeBron fan. Um, I respect LeBron. He's still not my friend for the next 800 days as long as he's wearing a Philadelphia uniform. But he's a good player, great player, one of the greatest, if not the greatest ever. It's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be an expensive matchup. I'll be watching at home, but the um, the whole Knicks Sixers is going to be a great, 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 great matchup. And on top of it being a great matchup, I was going to say to you, who does the Knicks play on Christmas Day? Is that the Spurs?
They play the Spurs on Christmas Day, NBA Finals rematch. Who would have thought? Or the second time in the last 3 years, the Spurs and Knicks are facing off in the NBA Finals. The only difference is, excuse me, on Christmas Day. The only difference is, this is the Finals rematch from last year where the Knicks actually came out on top.
Yeah.
This should be interesting. Yeah, and not to mention the rest of the look at the rest of the schedule now. They have a 4-game road trip that features Indiana Pacers, the Raptors twice, and the Minnesota Timberwolves from the 13th of 19th to 19th of November, and then later on they got a long road trip that from December 1st all the way up until December 21st. Well, I mean, obviously when you don't count the we don't count the NBA Cup games, that's a long road trip for them.
Right. Now, what was I gonna say too as well? The road trip is gonna be big, but I think, and I'm gonna make a H2O proclamation right here, and this is gonna get some soundbite. With all due respect to the league, and all due respect to everything, I know anything can happen in sports. Injuries have a big impact, so it's hard to foreshadow and so on and so forth. But if the New York Knicks, in my opinion, stay healthy, and everybody's talking so bad. I'm glad we're having this take now. We're gonna have a good, nice show today. We got a lot of things to get out up here and say, and I got some things to say too. I have never, I'm ashamed. I never knew people hated the Knicks so bad. I never knew the Knicks. I know people, New York. New York is a city and state that we're so confident and we're arrogant. We think we're the best at everything, even if we're not, because it's just the New York mentality. Whether it be the five boroughs, Long Island, upstate, whatever, it's New York, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And New Yorkers walk around with a certain type of bravado, and it is what it is. So I just the Knicks haven't won a title for 53 years. 53 years. Hold on. No, I need this. We have been the bottom of everybody's sneaker conversation and shoe and dirt for years, Rafiq. You got tormented in high school. I got tormented in high school, even when they were good, for supporting this. Middle school years, tears on the pillow. Elementary school years, I can't tell you about it. John Starks, 2 for 17 in the finals. Charles Smith, 2 blocked layups and 2 missed layups in against the Bulls. Knicks have a 2-0 lead and lose it 4-2 to the Bulls. Reggie Miller, 27 points in the third quarter, fourth quarter going on against the Knicks. Reggie Miller, 8 points in a span of 16 seconds against the Knicks. Patrick Ewing missed finger roll. Knicks fight Miami Heat up 3-1, right? Lose the series, Charlie Ward, P.J. Brown. 99, Knicks great run. Patrick Ewing gets hurt, Eastern Conference Finals. Lose to the Spurs, undermanned. 2000s abysmal stuff. Steph and the guys tried to do stuff. We couldn't get anything happening there. Big shout out to Stephon Marbury. Carmelo Anthony times did what he could. Lost to the Pacers. Devastated us in the second round. Haven't been the same ever since we won now. I mean, we've went through heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. The things Jordan did here. I mean, just team after team. Trae Young. We went through everything. We've been told we're the worst. We've been made fun of as Knicks fans. We've been looked at as the worst thing in the world. We were clowned. It was an easy conversation. NBA season come, yo, I like the Knicks. Y'all stink. Y'all ain't gonna worry about nothing. Blah, blah, blah. We never got no love or respect. Am I lying, Rafiq?
No, you're not. I get to just for the side
Okay.
of the Knicks.
Okay, Pat Riley was here with us. Pat Riley, we wouldn't give him a higher management position. The Knicks should have done that, but I mean, it worked out eventually. Now, finally, we won. Pat Riley left the job on an email. Not even, sorry. Forget email. Email wasn't even around then. Pat Riley faxed the Knicks and told them he's no longer going to be there. Faxed. We've been through it all, and we win now. And I have never in the history of my life seen the NBA completely do a 180 change. Miami went and got Giannis. Toronto tried to get Kawhi. That didn't work out, correct?
I think it's on the investigation. There's a possibility that trade might go through.
Well, they got to figure it out. So whether he goes, all right, Kawhi goes Toronto, which Kawhi should have stayed his ASS there after winning the finals, but he wanted to go to California, back to his hometown, which would have made more money because the taxes are higher in Canada than they're in LA, and he wanted to be home. So I get it, but you should have stayed there. But that's not me. As Ching would say, don't move no more. So now that happens, or supposedly, Philadelphia goes get Brown and LeBron. Where else are we going with this? Everybody changes their team. Because the little old Knicks, we won with a guy that's 1A, right? He's not 1, right? Or not a 1A, quote unquote. He's not a second rounder. He's not a superstar still, right? Quote unquote. We won with regular guys. If you watch this, not regular guys. Brunson is a superstar. I know that. If you watch this Knicks team, we're very similar to the 69 and 73 team, where the sum of all parts won the championship. You hear me? And Brunson being our leader, nobody 4 or 5 years ago, SHIT, pardon my French, not even me and you 4 or 5 years ago believed Brunson would do this. Who the heck knew this?
I thought that the Knicks were going to win a championship with Jalen Brunson.
You said that?
No, yes, I told people I thought Jalen Brunson could turn Knicks around.
Turn it around
After turned around and win a championship after leading the Mavericks to the conference finals in
I
2000.
believe you though. I'll take your word for it because you're a sports historian. I find the footage. I want the footage.
I mean, it's kind of, yeah, but I told people out in real life that
Okay.
the answer. They were looking like, oh, Jalen Brunson's not worth that
You're
much.
crazy. You're crazy.
Jalen Brunson's not worth that bad. I was told he's not worth the money. He's not worth this. He's not going to lead to a contender status by Brian Windhorst. Mad Dog said that he's not going to lead the Knicks to a second round series. Man, and Becky Hammond, no disrespect to her, said that he's too small. When your point guard is small, you're not winning. Now he's a champion. You can't say nothing anymore. I think about this all the time. I rewatch the ending over and over because that's how the excitement is real in New York.
Correct.
Now, that's what you were saying.
Now, so Feek, I think that the Knicks have a strong chance, and I think they'll go back to back. You hear me? And I'm not afraid. I'm developing my H2O moxie on this, and the only thing we lost from this basketball team was Mitchell Robinson, and I'll say this now and go there. Mitchell Robinson was a great Knick. He's one of the most, not just one of the best offensive rebounders in basketball now, but believe it or not, it doesn't be statistically. For what he does on the offensive glass, he's one of the greatest that we've seen in this basketball game. Okay? He's a great defender, shot blocking, can defend the perimeter, can do so many things. But here goes the other thing we have to remember too with this gentleman. He can't play back-to-back games because his health won't allow him to. We'll see what the Celtics do this year. Hopefully they can prove me wrong because the Knicks did it a certain way to keep him healthy all the time because Mitchell Robinson, as good as he is, always has injury concerns during his career, correct? I don't know any year this year because we rest him in certain thing and he had times too. I can't tell you how many years Mitchell, maybe his early years where he played 65, 70 games all the time. I'm saying he always misses a certain amount of little games here and there. Mitchell Robinson is a horrific free throw shooter and has not gotten any better. We have to change our whole game when he's not doing well offensively.
And all because James Dolan said that they didn't want to go to the second apron.
Yes. Do you blame him? Now, he's not a great free throw shooter. He's horrific. He doesn't have a great offensive game. He only can dunk or lay up through off blobs or at the rim offensive rebound out there. Can't make the free throws when you go there. You don't have a face-up game. You don't have a post-up game. You didn't develop that much in your 7-8 years as a Knick, right? But you do other things great. So on top of the fact that we can't play you all the time, Dolan made a decision. It might be right. It might be wrong. Hey, you know what? That's the decision he made with. We all got to live with it. We got Andre Drummond for a lot more cheaper. Now, Andre Drummond might not be as young as Robinson per se, even though Robinson's been for a little while, but we would be lying to say Andre Drummond is not a better player than Mitchell Robinson, right? Right? Is Andre Drummond who's better, Andre Drummond or Mitchell Robinson?
Andre Drummond.
All right. So being that Andre Drummond is better, an all-star in this league, right? 20 plus points a game he has done, 20 plus rebounds he's done, plus rebounds. So all-star, can rebound and shot block, New York guy. I think he'll be a great cog to help us there. All the Knicks have to do is just add another big fella just as a third string, just in case for valuable minutes. And during the trade deadline, I guarantee you the Knicks are going to pick up another key wing or bench cog to help them through the stretch run through postseason, and they'll be fine. Our rosters is just as good as everybody. I am not afraid of Philadelphia. LeBron, as much as I respect him, Brown, I'm not respecting him. First things first, is Joel Embiid going to be healthy the whole year? That's still a question mark. Right? Now you're putting 5 guys. I don't care what people tell me. The Sixers have no bench. They have 3 guys that you can say are bench players. They don't have no bench. Anthony Simmons can score. He cannot play no defense. Wade can shoot the three. He cannot play no defense. Hawk Porty is energy and effort. He still has a lot of things to prove. And nobody, they have some other guys, but when they mention, like, God, come on, bro. That guy's not a bench dude. Like, come on, man. The Knicks used to get flack when we thought we had bench guys, and we got a bench now. And you're telling me that these guys are good bench players? Stop it. They have a great starting five. You also have to see how it's going to gel. LeBron is going to be the main person with the ball in his hand. Max is going to play off the ball now, which is better for him offensively. You have to see if MB is going to stay healthy. You have to see how it's going to work and acclimate with Brown and LeBron playing together. Brown also needs the ball in his hands, too, to be productive as well, too, even though he can do other things and play off the ball. He did it with Tatum. So there's a lot of things that go into that and gelling, too. And LeBron is 41 years old, too, as well. So we'll see how that derates for the whole entire year. This is what I do know. The Knicks won a championship. They do know how to win now. They've been in every adverse situation, that whole entire core. They brought in Drummond. They will bring in more at the deadline to help. And when the playoffs start, I don't care what our position is, we are confident of making a stretch one. We can win on the road. We can win on the playoffs. You know, the Knicks won as many road games as they almost did. I think the Knicks might have won more road games than they won home games.
Yeah, they did during the postseason run.
But matter of fact, Rafiq.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks lost one road game this year.
Yeah, they did during the postseason. That's not even why we even thinking to look back at it. That one loss, they came through against the Atlanta Hawks. We recovered for that big time.
They lost one game on the road to the Atlanta Hawks, and we was down 16 in that game, and we almost won at the end of the game. We had the final possession and turned the ball over.
We recovered from that big time.
Let's just start the season. This is what I know, Rafiq. It's going to be a great NBA season. A lot of teams are all good, and everybody's going to be fighting. But this is what they have to remember. We're the champions. To be the man, you have to beat the man. And if anybody wants to take anything from us, it runs through us in the Eastern Conference and the West. It all runs through us. As long as we have number 11 in our management and what we're doing now, I'm confident against anybody. So I'm fine. And Rafiq, we got our one, so I don't want to be greedy. And this one championship is going to last 53 years of my lifetime. But let me tell you something. If they win back-to-back, I want them to win so bad because I want them to solidify that. I don't want people to think this is an aberration. Kind of like how the Giants did in 2008, and a few years later they had to win again to kind of say, stupids, that wasn't luck. We did this for good. You know what I'm hearing? We had an easy route. The Hawks, easy route. We had an easy route with with Philadelphia, Cleveland. It's so disrespectful. Atlanta played their asses off against us, okay? And we found a way to win that series. And we had we blew them out by margins at the end that was NBA history. We played we played the Sixers in the second round, who beat the Boston Celtics. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rafiq. Was it the Boston Celtics?
Won against the Boston Celtics.
Thank you. Finish, Rafiq. Finish it. Go ahead.
And 1-7. Then the next round beat the Cavaliers team. Then won a game 7 weren't the
Celtics up 3-1 against the Sixers?
Yes.
Didn't they say the Celtics were going to win that series because Tatum and them is back now and the Celtics are the threat, so they're going to beat them and beat the Knicks?
They did. Yes, they did.
Go ahead, Rafiq.
Yes, they did.
It's your show, Rafiq. Go ahead.
And then they defeated the Cavaliers team. They swept the Cavaliers team after we were down 22 points with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And the same Cavaliers team that beat the Detroit Pistons. Why do we keep going over this?
The guys, by every consensus, NBA people too, the Sixers beat the Celtics, came back 3-1, where the Celtics were embarrassing them in that series, where the Sixers should have not even been down 3-1. They should be embarrassed with themselves. They beat them, and everybody said, "Oh, y'all can't do nothing with the Sixers. It's over. Who's gonna guard Maxey? They playing on all
Now they're
cylinders.
saying the
Embiid
same
is
thing about
back.
LeBron
Paul
and Jalen Brown.
George."
And now they're going to say the same thing with LeBron and Jalen Brown. No disrespect to LeBron. You know how I feel about him. All-time leading scorer. He can easily finish his career all-time in assists, too. When Chris Paul retired, LeBron can finish all-time in assists.
Yes.
He can have that, but you ain't getting a championship with Philadelphia. Not with my Knicks relevant. No way.
Rafiq is the Hollywood. He is the production. I'm the director. Rafiq is the camera, and this is the date, the scene, and the take. And we need to understand this right now, that how disrespectful it was to say that Philly was going to beat us, and we went out there and embarrassed them. We beat them the first game with Embiid. Embiid sat down game 2. That was the best game the Sixers played in the series without Embiid. They almost won game 2, but didn't. And they lost game 2. We went to Philadelphia. We ran the bill up. I had so many cheesesteaks. I thought I was cream cheese themselves in Philadelphia. Gilly and Wallow couldn't tell me anything. So at the end of the day, we went down there and beat a team when they said the Celtics were better than them. And we beat them. We played the Cavaliers, and I heard everything in the world. The Cavaliers are hot, hardened, this, and that. Biggest comeback in the history of Eastern Conference Finals history. Game 1.
Cavaliers, we play them on November 7th on the 7th.
Problem.
They on the road, and the first game will be in Cleveland, and then we run back again 4 days later on November 11th against the Cavaliers. It's on a Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And those
packed them up, sent them home.
And then we play them again on November 25th.
Packed them up, sent them home, and be the top team again, and then now play the Spurs. And I got my good friend Trep the God, Killer Sharks. And I got some other people. You see how, like I said, you don't win. Your Knicks fans could never win, no matter how much. That's why I want to win back to back. If we win back to back this year and go through whatever gauntlet it is, I want to say, what are you gonna tell me now? Like, do we not earn it now? Like, can we get your respect for at least 30 days? For 30 days, can I get your respect?
And I said it best. They're going to win back-to-back. If it ain't back-to-back, it's 2 to the next 3. If it ain't 2 to the next 3, it's 2 to the next 4, like with the New York Giants did in the Eli Manning era. It's going to be so things that's going to happen.
Bet this.
I bet the Knicks are going to start a dynasty, and parity has gone in the past 8 years. 8 different champions. I get it. Even when the Warriors somehow continued the dynasty in 2022, you had 8 different champions ever since 2019.
Yes. Now here goes the thing.
I'm glad there's parity to the NBA. But if the Knicks are going to win back-to-back championships, it's going to be the Knicks, not the Thunder.
If the Knicks, all right, we got to the finals, and my man Trep told me after it was done, he said, the Knicks didn't play anybody. I said, that's disrespectful. I said, what do you mean we didn't play anybody? We played the Philadelphia 76ers, who have Joel Embiid, Maxey, Paul George, and I thought those were good players, right? Mm-hmm. We played the Cavaliers, like James Harden, who's a Hall of Famer, right? Mm-hmm. Donovan Mitchell, a potential future Hall of Famer, right? Mm-hmm. Good players on that team. Kenny Atkinson, a well-renowned coach. Mobley, a good player. Jared Allen's a good player. They were a top team. I said, we played them. I said, okay, cool. I played the Spurs in the finals. I said, the Spurs weren't a good team. Oh, the Spurs were young. You didn't say that until they lost. Because the last time I checked, right, aren't they saying Victor Wembanyama is the face of the league? Right? He's one of the top players in the league, right? He's one of the top players in the league. So you have Victor Wembanyama, one of the best talents and one of the best unicorns we've ever seen in the history of basketball, right? Mm-hmm. You do have a young core, Stephen Castle, Vassell, good kids there. But the last time I checked, the Oklahoma City Thunder won the finals last year. Were they a young team? They were young, right? Mm-hmm. They were young, right? Mm-hmm. Shea's been around. Sure, Shea's been around, but Shea's still young. Shea's young. All those kids on Oklahoma City were young. Did they have any finals and experience?
Nope.
They won. But you see what I'm trying to say? People make analogies for what are analogies. So we beat the Spurs, who are a good team, and then now the excuses is young. Were they young when they kicked OKC's butt?
Nope.
Were they young when OKC was up 3-1 and lost the series? Oh, I get it. Oh, we didn't have Jalen Williams. Oh, we didn't have this person an injury. Did you have Jalen Williams all year?
Nope.
Did you have Jalen? What seed did the Oklahoma City Thunder finish with in the East in the Western Conference?
Number one.
So wait a minute. So you were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, right? With home court advantage all the way through. Am I saying this wrong?
Nope.
So you lose to the Spurs when you were up 3-1, right?
That's 3 games to 2.
Right.
3 games to 2.
They weren't down 3-1 in the series at all.
Nah, the Spurs were down 3 games to 2. Okay,
Yes, Spurs won the first game. OKC, well, yes, you're right, won the second game. OKC won, yes, the third game. Spurs won to tie it up 2-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were 3-2. 3-2 in the series, I'm sorry. 3-2 in the series. You're up. You're the champions. Don't give me no Jalen Williams. You played with him the entire year. He was not there. So you adjusted. You figured out how to do it without him. I don't want to hear no Jalen Williams.
I don't want to hear that because before that, before that loss to the Spurs, you swept the Phoenix Suns. You swept the Lakers before going down to San Antonio. I don't want to hear that crap.
You know how many people was telling me Oklahoma was guaranteed to win? Boom, bet that. Give me that. They don't do that, right? They don't do that.
Surge.
They don't do that. And then, so you lose that series. And correct me if I'm wrong. Can you tell me where Game 7 was located at? Was that in San Antonio? It was in Oklahoma. Yeah, I know, because it was in Oklahoma. So you lost Game 7 at home with the champion, with the back-to-back MVP on there, one with a unanimous year.
You're in the postseason.
And now you're going to disrespect my Knicks by saying we didn't play nobody when we played the Spurs, who beat your OKC, who was the champions with the MVP, with the 2-time MVP? Stop it.
They led the NBA Finals 23.6% of the time, and they found a way to win that in 5. Had the greatest comeback in NBA playoff history. We're down 29 points. You don't hurt us to do that in any game.
Rafiq, I want them to win so bad. Rafiq, you were so younger when you did that, when you were around with this. When the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2008, first of all, I was on cloud 9. I think I ran outside naked. The next season we came back, we were unbeatable. We started off 5-0. We lost a Monday Night Football game to the Cleveland Browns. Where what's the receiver that played for the Jets? The receiver that eventually went to the Jets. I don't want to say it was Brandon Marshall. It might have been Marshall. Brandon.
And then the Giants didn't lose again until they ran to the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's not true. We lost to the Browns on Monday Night Football. We went on to win all our games consecutive after that until the Plaxico Burress shooting. Plaxico Burress had the incident. We played that weekend. We played Washington in Washington. We won without Plaxico. And then after that, for the rest of the stretch of the season, I believe the Giants went 2-3.
Mm-hmm.
We went 2-3.
They had to beat the Carolina Panthers to clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC. And even then, we still could defeat the Philadelphia Eagles coming off a championship. And Philadelphia is trying to do what we did. And look what happened. They ran to the Arizona Cardinals. I remember that season like it was yesterday.
Yeah, but we were supposed to win back-to-back. We had the best team in football, and we were going to win that thing. But when the Plaxico situation happened, changed the whole team. We lose to a very good Philadelphia team with Donovan McNabb and those guys. They had a very good team. We were mentally.
Brian Westbrook was tough to stop.
It was amazing. We never stopped Brian Westbrook. He was absolutely incredible his whole career. And Donovan McNabb too. He was a great player. You know what I'm saying? Of
course, Dallas for Philadelphia won anything. They won.
Not those eras. They won the other ones. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road. But you know how that goes. So, but But what guys told me was after that year was, I told you the Giants won by luck. Eli's not. The defense won it. Da da da. You know how satisfying it was to win 3 years later, 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and to look at them and say, can't curse on this show, but to say some things to them to say, you understand what I'm saying? And that's what I want the Knicks to do this year. Whether I want them to do it bad this year, and even if they never win again, to say that, please give us our respect. Stop saying that crap. There's no easy way to the championship. People make the excuses they want and mistakes.
Friends that
Was the bubble year? Was the
that
bubble
were
year?
told that the Knicks
What?
won by a fluke. I
What?
ran
What?
into friends that were told by other fans that the Knicks won because it was an easy road. That's how.
Was the bubble year a fluke for LeBron? My boy John is trying. Oh, the bubble year was way harder. There was no fans. There was no blah blah blah. Well, cut it out. Like the bubble year was a difficult year, but that don't mean it's more harder. And actually, when there's no people in the crowd, it should be actually more easier to play basketball. Nobody to critique you. Nobody to yell or jump or say you was trash, this and that. Every championship it is. The Yankees, my Yankees got 2 titles debatably taken away from us because the Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox were cheating and taking signs and signals. Am I lying?
Nope.
Did this not happen? We can't do nothing about that. We can't go back in history and say, yo, we should have won that year or we should have done that. It doesn't matter. It's already in the books. The Astros are the champions that year. The Red Sox are the champions that year. It don't matter. There's nothing we can do to change that. And we're not going to debate that. And the Astros are not less of a champion through the allegations of that. We do that what we want to do. Why the hell we don't do that? I don't have a problem with it. I'm fine with it. Why we don't do that with Tom Brady? Did the Patriots not cheat and take camera signals and everything from the Carolina Panthers? The Spygate?
Oh yeah, the Spygate stuff. Don't get me started.
Right? Did that happen?
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, it did happen.
Did they not deflate the footballs against another team?
Yeah, they did.
Did that not happen?
Yeah, it did.
Are we taking away Tom Brady's rings? No. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. So you see, we pick and choose.
The greatest quarterback of all time, but lost to the Giants twice.
Twice, yeah. But he's the greatest quarterback ever. And he lost to the Eagles too, one time. But he's the greatest quarterback ever. We can't take back that. It happened. It's over. Pete Rose gambled. He won World Series. It happened. It's over. It's over. The Knicks won legitimately. I want them to win back-to-back. And when we win back-to-back, I got a lot of receipts that I'm ready to talk to for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I already mentioned some things are scheduled for the Knicks. I mean, there's also that one they play against, there's also that one game where they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves on Martin Luther King Day at 5 p.m. That's going to be an broadcast. That should be fun.
That should be a nice one.
Yeah. And you know,
Julius Randle's hurt though, right? Julius Randle, did he think he'll be back?
He went to the Brooklyn Nets. I mean,
crap, and he is on Brooklyn, yes.
Yeah, Julius Randle's with the Brooklyn Nets, but the T-Wolves did pick up LaMelo Ball in a trade for Naz Reid, so I will not sleep on Minnesota. They're underrated.
They're gonna be good. Oh, that backcourt.
That backcourt with Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball, and they both came to the NBA the same year. That's gonna be deadly. We can't sleep on Ant-Man. That's my favorite player. He'll be my favorite player after LeBron retires. Trust me on that. But as of right now, it's all about the Knicks. And obviously, Julius Randle going to Brooklyn, that's good for them. They can actually find a way. Brooklyn will actually find a way to get out of this rebuild to become a playoff team as well.
100%.
Right away, but they will rebuild. We can't sleep on Brooklyn. Hear me?
Yeah, say again?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets picked up Julius Randle, so hopefully the rebuild they'll actually improve a little bit.
I think they shall. I'm not even concerned about it one more bit about it. But you know, Rafiq, as we did that about the New York Knicks, you can can you tell me, because you know you were the bird's eye view and you were there, Pro City Championship. I don't think we went into depths about that. You had the eye test about it. What occurred there? You got to let America know, because you were there bird's eye view.
Yeah, Sean Bell took out I Can't Feel My Face, and it was a very competitive game. I Can't Feel My Face did come close. They had a lead at one point, but then Sean Bell actually turned the tide.
Right. Speak about that.
Yeah, it was a very competitive game. Both teams are really giving it the roll. I mean, but Sean Bell was literally had everything for the get go. I Can't Feel My Face tried to come back, but clearly they couldn't feel the face when 2 points was close to the get. It was physical, but then Sean Bell found many different ways to shut down every opportunity for I Can't Feel My Face to tie the game, and they came out on top as champions for a second year in a row.
Second year in a row. What do you feel? Who are the key players, do you feel? Wow, it's always cool now. Like Rafiq is always interviewing me, and I can interview Rafiq. Who do you think were the key players for Sean Bell in order to make that effort? If you can remember some of the players that were on the team.
Well, I can remember one player, and this is one of the interviews I've had at the Pro City Championship game. So, yeah.
Can you can you loop it up? Can we see it for America?
Yeah, we're about to. Oh yeah, I know one of the players was Malachi Smith, the UConn kid. I had to speak to him after the game, and here's what he said.
Sean Bell walks out, back-to-back champions, and I got somebody that's been a part of championship teams, Malachi Smith. Welcome back, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
What are your thoughts about being able to come back, carrying Sean Bell to his second straight championship?
I just want to come in, get my players involved, get my teammates involved. We got a lot of good pros on my team, so it felt good playing back in my city, and I had fun.
Playing alongside some NBA pros actually helped you guys win. What are your thoughts?
It was fun playing with them. I've been playing with pros. In college, I played with a lot of first rounders. Played against a lot of first rounders, so I think it was kind of easy for me to play against them, play with them. Noah Vonleh, so we had a lot of good pros, and it was fun. Glad we got the chip.
Yeah, one last question. Obviously, how will this prepare you next season?
I'll start my professional career, and I'm excited, to get some good players, a lot of good players on the other team, a lot of good guards. So I think it's got me ready and get me prepared.
Yeah, correction. How is this gonna get you ready for the NBA?
I'm just start my professional career, and we played against a lot of good players, and I played with a lot of good players. So it just got me right, and I'm excited. I'm glad we got the W.
See you in the pros, and congrats on the win once again, the championship.
Yeah, that's Malachi Smith, UConn product, actually playing in the pros right now, and obviously Kadari Richmond played. Noah Vaughn, who used to play for the York Knicks, he played the Pro City Talent game, and they walked out with as champions of Pro City. So, yeah, Noah Vaughn put up some decent numbers, and Malachi Smith carried that team. So, yeah, there's that.
I believe Mally's going overseas, right?
Yeah.
And so Mally's going overseas. Kadari's on the Washington Wizards, and Noah Vonleh, we know, was an NBA pro. He played on the Knicks. He played on a few teams. It was amazing. Nothing, but I thought it was a good interview. And I'm not saying this, I always give a good perspective, because I don't do everything perfect or right neither, because, sometimes we all make mistakes. It's so great doing interviews. Like, even when I make a mistake, I post one with Rich Jackson today, because shout out to Rich Jackson. Happy birthday for him. So I had said during the interview, it's 2027. I think he was 2027, but he's 2026. But he corrected me. I was like, oh, he's 2027. Sometimes through a fumble, you got to know how to recover and say a joke or say something the right way, or clear it up a different way to go from there, but never fumble. You even when you do it, hey, recover. We're not perfect. We're not computers. We make mistakes. We learn stuff, and that's why it was great to do these interviews. But definitely, even sometimes before it's so quick because you're doing so much. Like, sometimes before, if you know your direction with the interview, just ask him, hey, he graduated from UConn. You do Big East Day anyway, but say, hey, where you going at now? You going overseas? So at least you have that little thing before you start the footage of it. But it was amazing still, and that's not neither here nor there. Malachi Smith. I mean, that kid. What else can we say, right? St. Ray's, an amazing high school career. I seen him win championships at Dyckman in the high school division as a young man, and he started off at Dayton, did the good things there, and ended up at UConn. Was he on a national championship team?
Mm-hmm. I believe.
Yes, yes. He was on one of those national championship teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
So found a way to I believe to do that and win that with them, and if I'm not mistaken, but he was definitely in a national championship program and had played well with them and did very well for them. A New York City kid, to think about that, to play at UConn, starting at times doing stuff on the big stage is an amazing thing. I believe he won a Big East tournament with them. I could be wrong, but Malley's
Yeah, he was
amazing.
part of the national championship. I'm looking it up right now.
So he won a national championship, a Big East tournament. Um, his brother was an amazing player too. I'll let you Google and research who his brother was. Mr. Smith so was an amazing player, and it's just amazing to see the things that
Yeah, even Trey Duval managed to build some serious moves.
correct. So Coach City was amazing. Everything's been amazing. We're just going one by one, man, trying to make these things happen, man. What time is it now? It's like 12:37. I got a couple more hours to prepare and then go to the show Summer League. We got some good playoff games today, a championship day tomorrow. So
It's gonna, it's got a fumble. I mean, I was thinking of what I was thinking before I speak in our interview, but sorry, you have to see all that. But I had to make sure that I give you the right information as to doing the sports show. If I can't, because it's been a couple of days ago, and they already have the stats. I only have the stats, so yeah.
100%. Oh, I gotta tell everybody too.
All right, that concludes this episode. Not to put that sports star. Thank you for stopping by, Ryan Walker, and yeah, good luck with your stuff, the show league. It should be fun.
Yeah, man. But let me get a quick promo before we go right quick, guys. Before we get out of the air, and Rafika ended again, of course. Broadway Park, we still got going on with our Pro-Am League, playoffs approaching. So make sure you guys there Saturdays and Sundays, 1:15 starts at our Broadway Park. It's what is it we look at as between Furman off of Broadway Avenue, J train to Chauncey Street, L train to Adarene, can get you right to the park. Great environment, hookah being sold, Chef Reem there with great food. DJ Wayno, my brother, who's a great DJ, one of the tops I've ever worked with. 6-year Broadway Park. Shout out to the Dub Boys, that what they doing in the community and the culture with the music. So Dub Boys, Worst Worlds, those are my guys. Love what they doing too. My man Gus. Shout out to my man Gus, my Trini boy. Gus, we got a new drink. It's called Ring the Alarm. Anybody who comes to Broadway Park, and I need you to loop this up too for a sound bite and sound click. We have the Ring the Alarm drink that's going to be at Broadway Park, and it's going to be coming more in the future. So you shall see that they've named the drink after me for the 3-point chant that we do that was orchestrated by Tennesaw, great reggae Jamaican legend for what he does. Who's his son is the gentleman who runs Humble Development. So let's make sure we get that into it. That's my man. We speak pretty frequently too. So God bless him. He's got a baby on the way. So God bless him and his family. So that's Broadway Park. 5 a.m. Brotherhood League has ended. They'll be back December. We'll be back doing work with them with the numbers of with John Peloso. The show Summer League. I'm actually going to be departing right now after this interview with me, Rafiq. We got 5:30 games out there. What a great league it's been to do the stuff with the kids all year. 16U, 14U, 12U, 10U, girls varsity division, girls JV division. I mean, just so many great stuff going on there. Whiz Kids, Team Under. I said all the programs already. Just great programs there. It's just been such a joy and an honor. MTG. I got to work something out with MTG. I'm going to try to come down for the semifinal game. So God bless what they're doing for that down there. And for Big Queens. I'm trying to see what I forgot. New York versus New York. Big shout out to Nike Jordan, what they did. Great job. Pro City, great job. They always do great things. Baller for Feast, NYC Elite 32. Thomas and H2O. We got the podcast flowing. Season 3 is going to be so great. You guys stay tuned. You see what we did with Jace Paris, Sanaa Yates, the 1 year anniversary to the show. So please stay in tune with Wavy World. We're gonna get Rafiq on there soon. We're gonna get Rafiq going on what's going on with Prime Wave live stream. Also, to all high school teams, City Catholic Prep School, Prime Wave live stream. We can make sure we illuminate the kids and the players, families, and friends. If you want to be locked in with it, please talk to us now. We're vendors and DOE license. We can cover any school. We have a price, but we are negotiable. It's about us doing it for the kids. So let's work anything out that's great with everybody's school budget, and let's try to get a couple games or one games for your school to get illuminated. If you've never seen the work we've done at Prime Wave and the live stream, trust me, Rafi can tell you we can illuminate that, and we're going to have Rafiq as a special guest for a lot of our high school games. So make sure we stay tuned and locked in with that. Um, Pinky Day, August 29th. Ladies Action will be there. Make sure y'all get y'all places and tickets for that. Next week, Coach Chef and me and Coach Artie will be doing a clinic from Monday through Friday with the kids and boys and girls all the way through. We'll have championship games on Sunday. So make sure we're tuned in with that too. And also August 23rd, I'll be at Kennedy Park in my neighborhood here in Hempstead. We have a nice event going on, a 10U game, a 17U game, and a grown adult game with the guys at Kennedy Park this Sunday. It's going to be so epic. Make sure we're locked in. Friday Night Lights, my guys in Hempstead, Mo Dingle, Coach Town Elite, White the President. We have a big game going on today, and also going on Friday, our championship night. All right, our championship night. So we'll be locked in with that. I don't think I missed anything else. High school preseason time. Will be there at regular season time. And the watch list, high school players, keep doing what you're doing. The watch list will be out at the beginning of the high school season. We're waiting. We're still going to watch because you kids keep transferring all the time. So we'll do a watch list on what's going to do for preseason rankings. With this watch list, I'm telling you guys right now, every area is only getting 8 to 10 players. So Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Long Island, Westchester County, Staten Island. Staten Island and Brooklyn might be together. Whatever regions we do, it's only going to be 10 kids tops, if that, for the watch list. Everything after that, when the season ends, we shall do the complete watch list on how it goes from there. Because there's always a lot of sleepers that pop out during the thing. So I don't want to say anything else. We have an excellent thing going on too for all families too. We through NYC Elite 32 and Born for Peace and Wavy World, we have a new promo that's not even a promo. We can get all families cameras for their kids to watch and highlight their kids. The cameras will be absolutely free. These are $1,000 cameras. Listen to us carefully. $1,000 cameras we're giving to families for free. The only thing the families would have to do, friends or anybody, is to sign up for the subscription. If you sign up for the subscription, you pay $35 a month for the camera, for the subscription. Remember, the camera is over $1,000. If you multiply 35 times 12, it doesn't even equate to $1,000. I believe the amount is $400. I believe maybe $500 for a 12-month interval. If you keep it, you can get the camera, sign the subscription. Whenever you're done with it, if you use it for 1 month, for 2 months, and you don't want it no more, you give the camera back. You only pay the $35 subscription for your 2 months with it and nothing else. And you got $1,000 camera and change to highlight your kids, your camera, and anybody that you want.
A lot of growth going on.
So just think about it, families and friends. Rafiq will tell you we're living in an age where cameras and media and exposure is everything that these coaches and scouts are using for seeing these kids, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We're offering $1,000 camera and change to families to get for free per se, and the only thing you pay is $35 a month. So even if you wanted it for 1 month and canceled on the last day, you get a camera for free that you only paid for $35 to highlight your kid throughout his basketball season.
Mhm.
Think about it, ponder. It's Rafiq. It's nothing but the sports talk. It's Wavy Walk. It's Wavy World. And I'll let Rafiq end the show for us right now.
For Ryan Walker, Rafiq Lewis, we'll see you next time.